At the outset, thanks a lot to Ajay and Abasef for inviting me here. I think I have been there for the earlier conferences as well. And I think I am a little out of the lot because I'm an architect, and most of these guys are going to be either manufacturers, marketeers. I see Amit ji, and what a beautiful presentation. Let's give him a big round of applause once again. So this is going to be a little generic to start with, like a starter. Way back, when I was designing certain projects abroad in various countries, sandwich panel was always there, which I used. And when I came back to India, I thought, I can't use them now. But then the good news is Arcelor and many other players are here, and they are enabling us to use these panels in various buildings that we can. So this is the base. I think I don't have to really share this slide with all of you. Various elements that go into it, the sandwich, what do you mean by sandwich? And then these are the basics that we go for. So types of sandwich panels, EPS panel, expanded polystyrene, and basically I think Warik sir is here from the fire boss of Maharashtra state. Polymer is actually the enemy for fire, if you all agree, and we need to treat them to convert that and make it fireproof, or at least delaying that firefighting time limit. So cost-effective and fast construction. Now, this is something good news for the marketing guys, that everybody, when we talk of sandwich panel, they talk of cost. And I'm just making a statement here that it is cost-effective compared to all the other things. And it is also, at the same time, fast in construction. Amazingly fast in construction. We have done something like 30,000 square feet in 30 days. So I think it is possible to do such kind of things, and believe you me, we are doing something in South Africa where we manufacture everything here, the steel structure, the panels, everything, and just go there, land there and do the nut bolting, because they do not have any RMC plant there, they do not have all the techniques that we have here in India. So we can do that. We are doing 6,000 low-cost housing in South Africa. And we are supposed to be doing those 6,000 in 4 months. I mean, just a message for you. So that is the thing. Then we have this PUR, PIR panels, which is again an academic presentation for all of you. And these are the places where they can be used: cold rooms, data centers, warehouses, and industrial facades. Now, all these 4 words are the talk of the country today. There are going to be numerous cold stores coming up. There are going to be a lot of data centers everywhere. I think in most of the leading towns that we have here in India, they are all coming up with huge data centers. Now, that is where we can employ this. Advantages: fire-rated applications in industrial buildings, schools. That's the mineral wool panel for you. Fire-rated walls, roofs, industrial and commercial buildings, soundproof enclosures. Sound is again another thing where you require sandwich panel. I don't think there is any option for getting out of the sound, the sandwich panels themselves. So we always, wherever we have the acoustical issues, then we will go for the sandwich panels. Types of sandwich panels, this is the latest one. I don't know whether Amit ji will agree with me, but the honeycomb thing is the new thing that has come up with a better quality than what we had earlier in the other forms of panels. So these are the honeycombing things where it is a combined of the aluminum, cardboard and other composites. High design flexibility for the modern architectural facades. That is what it gives. And of course, very, very light, reduces building load, I was talking about, taking these structures abroad and then the nut bolting, we require weight. So if we have lower the weight, economy is there, as you will agree. Number of panels I can take through my containers. So, and so many beautiful colors. I saw in the latest presentation shown by you, you're also coming up with textures. So that's definitely an inviting thing, because textures is something which will make you feel, differently in different places where you want. This is just a comparison between EPS, PUR, PIR, mineral wool and honeycomb. I think this will be a sheet which will be good for marketing guys. They can just take a snaps. People are taking snaps, good. So this is something where, you can sell your product with. You can compare this and probably add on the cost as well. I don't know whether I have added, but then you can add on the cost. We have said cost effective, excellent insulation. So this is a comparison which you need to probably show it to your clients. We always say that little knowledge is dangerous. So most of the clients will always say that we know what you are talking about. Unko ye sheet dikha do. So then they will realize that they know only 20% of the entire industry. Now, why architects like sandwich panels? Why do they like? Because we can do anything that we can think of. In terms of forms, in terms of compositions, and you can see some beautiful compositions, beautiful finishes. And I'm sure this has landed in India as well now. So we don't have to see these structures from somewhere in Europe or US or Canada. We can do it here in India. Aesthetic choices, colors, textures, finishes, which was not there earlier. I remember even Galvan looms, many of these companies would come up with a kind of template or whatever it is, and they will say only itne color hai, sir. So all our buildings have to be using that blue, that Bhimrao Ambedkar, sorry to say, but that kind of a blue. I don't know why they made that popular. Because blue is a color which is popular in Europe for certain reasons. I don't know how many of you really know that the colors have a language of expression. Blue is a color is for peace and harmony. Red is a color for vibrancy, right? And danger as well. So that is what it is. But if you ask any Indian, what is the color of your choice? You go to your home and ask your wife. She will say off-white. So off-white is yellow, and mind you, the yellow is wisdom. So we are the wisest people on earth as far as that is concerned. But unfortunately, the metallic guys do not like it. I don't know how many yellows do they manufacture. So you have to have combination of yellows and blues and whatever it is, Think about the color compositions. Now, I showed a slide which was effective use of red. So red to some extent can be very effective. Because when we have a staircase and we have a railing on one side, you see the railing on the other side, I have used the railing on this side with a sheet, with a sandwich panel, and so effective it is. It has become an element in that dead wall. And the dead wall also has a design with grooves. So we can play around the way it is played here as well. Aspect conventional and sandwich panels. Now I think there is another comparison for you to take a snap of, useful for marketing. Definitely. So the only point is we require skilled installers. Now I come to this because this is a very serious issue. In India, right from the PEBs or the pre-engineered buildings, we can manufacture, we can get all the machineries in India to manufacture the best of the products. But where are the skilled installers? Now, I hope that this conference takes a serious approach to training and making the skilled installers. Most of the contractors are facing these problems. We have all the local issues as well. Across India, the issues are different, and we need to hire the localites only. But then there has to be some training programs, to tell them how to install these panels in a very, very good manner, because that is where we fail. So we have skilled installers, conventional masonry curing work everybody knows. Now these are success stories. I'm talking about I've selected different kind of panels for you. So we can do all this, and this is all, these pictures are from India, so they are not from somewhere else. We have started using them for the high-rise buildings as well. You know, because there are no bricks available now, and I am actually a person who hates concrete. Concrete is a combination of so many materials, and they can fail any moment, you know. So that's why there has to be a monolithic. So we can do villas, we can do office buildings, we can do even low-cost housing schemes, and these we need to be promoted. We have started doing them, and we have started proving them that they are going to be more cost-effective as compared to what we do traditionally, conventionally. They take a lot of time. As you know, RCC building would take at least 3 months or 3 years or something. We did one building, 25-storied in Hyderabad, in steel, with sandwich panels. Can you imagine how many days? 200 days. To be exact, and that's a record today in India. So 25-storied building in Hyderabad, a commercial building with 2 basements. You can go and visit. It's called Phoenix, and we did it in about 7 months and maybe a couple of months for finishing. So that's what we can do. We can create miracles with this. Oh yes, some of these are also the users. As I said, data center is on a high note. There's a tremendous demand. There are a lot of data centers being built. And we can go with these sandwich panels. And of course, since Varik sir is here, I think we need to do a lot of study as far as fire protection, detection, things are concerned in these projects. Yes, then we come to the green certification and sustainability. I think next presentations are going to cover, so I won't talk much about it. But then we are trying to become more and more careful about the green values of what we construct. You know, that is where, again, when we come to comparison between steel and RCC or steel and concrete, concrete is something which will always, radiate a lot of heat, and we will have to bring down that heat, load on the air conditioning will grow. So there are many issues with concrete, and can we get out of the concrete in one way or the other? So we need to do a little bit of thinking, studying over us, and then try to come out with solutions which are more effective in terms of getting certifications, maybe LEED, IGBC or whatever it is. Sandwich panels are moving towards achieving architectural. Now this is something which I always wanted to in my life when I came from abroad, and I thought that yes, we must go for all these things, and whether these things are going to be possible in our country. I used to think that when that was in 90s or something, around 2000. But now things have gone, and sandwich panels are booming. They're achieving architectural and engineering excellence. I touched upon a little bit of engineering, what is required when we use sandwich panels, why we use them, how do the communities benefit out of that, and how do we actually raise buildings that will stand the green values. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are opening the floor for the Q&A. In case anybody would like to put forward any questions, we would like to take them right now. We can address the questions. We would request you to please introduce yourself and your company name and the designation. Yes.
I'm Kaushal Gupta, Managing Director of Bansal Roofing Products Limited. My question to architect sir is, I have seen the fire rating. So in Rockwool, the fire rating is...
Is it talking?
Yes, sir, I am here.
Okay.
In Rockwool, the fire rating is very good. It is excellent. So shall we prefer Rockwool over the Puff? What is your suggestion in that?
I won't give suggestion because authorities are here. I think he will be able to.
Yes, so I'm asking to authority.
Yeah, we have a session purely on. That's why I didn't cover it much.
It means
But yes, you
don't
may
want
be
to
right.
answer clearly because all are here. Puff people are also here. Then Rockwools are also here. I want very a normal answer.
No, I can answer.
Yes, sir.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
As far as, I made one statement that polymer is a word
Yeah.
which is initiating fire. I mean, it is very close to fire. Or, if you use any polymer product, the insurance companies will increase the premium. I don't know whether you are aware of that,
Yeah,
but the premium gets increased. The moment you go for rock wool, at least as far as their data is concerned, the insurance companies, they immediately lower down the premium. So that's an advantage.
Yes, sir.
I think I answered your question.
You answered. Thank you.
Mr. Deshmukh, I am from Latin Metal Industries Limited. You mentioned that sandwich panel is can be used in high-rise buildings also, you said, right? So do you mean to say the exterior walls of...
Yeah. Why not?
What about the dents and the scratches? And can it be repainted?
Pardon?
What about the dents and the scratches? And can it be repainted like the concrete walls?
Dents you're talking about. So
Scratches.
dents, so in concrete also we have dents, so there is no issue. Because this issue came when we were using ACPs. When we started using aluminum composite panels, people started saying the same thing, that somebody will scratch it up, somebody will dent it up. But you will see that there are more ACP buildings than the concrete building today. Same thing will happen with panels. And yes, they should also come out with solutions where they have a harder, tougher surface externally. That's the need. When I welcomed his idea of having textures. The reason is that, the moment you go for textures rather than the plain, then these things are minimized to an extent. And we can make it harder. We can have probably the external sheeting gauge can be increased to withstand the playing of, people spoiling the elevation.
Is it prevalent in any part of the world as such, the use of sandwich panels for the high-rise buildings?
Yes. I showed you the pictures as well.
I mean, one or two pictures is okay, but is it very actively being used in any part of the world as such as on today?
Okay, I'll give you scientific answer to that. It is done. The sandwich panels have a better property than my brickwork and 2 layers of plaster. Now that the temperatures in our country is growing, as far as we are concerned, it's going to be now becoming tropical, highly tropical place, where we are talking about 30 degrees to 45 degrees, and we want to reduce the ambient temperature down to at least somewhere between 25 to 30 inside. So for that, there is no other solution than using sandwich panels. And detailing is a challenge which you are touching upon. So detailing, we will have to think about the detailing. When we go for steel building with sandwich panels, it's the easiest thing to do, rather than RCC column with brickwork and the gaps between the column and the junctions, and that is where all the things happen. And the brick of that quality is not available. And we are using bricks which are again concrete bricks, precast concrete. So precast concrete is an enemy to any kind of green thing, because it is percolating heat, it is accumulating heat. You must be experiencing the terrace slab. So terrace slab absorbs heat, retains heat, and throws it down to your room. That's it.
Sir, sir, my name is Sachin. I have a connected question, couple of them. First one, when you say sandwich panel being used in the aesthetic architectural application, is it for structural, used as a structural element, or is it only for aesthetic purpose? That is one.
It can be both.
Both? Okay. Second, how does it compare with the ACP? Now you rightly said ACP has more number of buildings than the concrete, at least in the commercials. How does sandwich panel compare with the ACP? And on what parameters does sandwich panel scores over ACP?
Insulation properties.
But
Basically, ACP is a single skin. Sandwich panel is double skin with insulation.
ACP also comes with both. In fact, you have both side aluminum and then the insulation metal in between. And it is...
No, that's the thickness is very small.
Yeah, it is thinner gauge.
So if you go for the ratio, in terms of the quotient, then you cannot compare the sandwich panel with ACP.
So fundamentally, can we conclude, or rather, consider that ACPs are primarily an facade which is more for aesthetic, whereas sandwich panel can also be used as a structural element.
Functional, more value.
And hence can reduce, overall, if you look at the cost can be reduced, given that you can reduce the aluminum frameworks that are required to mount the ACP. On contrast, we could probably use the sandwich panel which serve both wall as well as an aesthetic purpose.
Yeah, I think I can give you an example. A few years ago when we were using for industries asbestos cement sheets costing 100 rupees, and I started promoting the Galvalume. Now Galvalume was 400 rupees when this was 100 rupees. Today you will find that even Panpatti wala is using Galvalume. It is like that. I mean, we are going through that phase where we need to compare with a brickwork, plastered brickwork, with the SCP, as you said, and also the sandwich panel. And I'm sure it will take a little time for people to grasp. In India, it takes a lot of time to grasp. But when they grasp, I'm sure this is going to be the language of tomorrow. I'm very positive about it because they have so many things to offer in terms of offering of, saving in cost, faster work. If good quality materials come through, then definitely yes. Because what happens with our Indian manufacturers, sorry to say, but they will start compromising on quality because of the demand of the market. Now that is something we should not do. That Galvalume never did. Okay, I'm comparing that 100 versus 400, and still we were successful in selling Galvalume sheets and making them more popular than asbestos. People have forgotten asbestos. Somebody said it is causing cancer. So you can also spread some news like this and you can make it popular. But I think worldwide it is there. In Europe it is required because of the difference in ambient and internal temperatures. Yeah, correct. No. Again, I think we are in the transition period where we are not trying to, integrate our structural system with the sandwich panel. So whether it is, if this company started offering a steel structure which can be more economical, more basic, which is required for the cladding or using of these walls, I think the cost will also come down and people will start believing in that technology. Both the things are there. Today, it is a different people who are coming up with steel frame and steel structure, and there is another team which is doing the panel work. Now there is always a gap between the two, and the project managers have a tough time doing that. So I told you that we need a lot of training programs on this, and I think there could be a step ahead where we have integrated system evolved, which is there abroad. I think in many other countries it is there. Or when we are doing these houses for military and all that in the northern area, I think they have evolved that system where you can do, only one contractor does everything, and that is what is required. I think that you should discuss today and probably try and find out solutions. Spend a little money on, technology, how we can do it, what are the actual practical issues as far as those things are concerned.
Sir, I will add a couple of inputs for you, Sachin. First of all, your first question. ACP, if you want all, just follow Grenfell Tower story, 2017. Listen to the verdict, you'll get all the answers. See, 4 mm thin skin and then again 75, 80 mm PIR separately stuck to that building, was constructed in 74, was completely stay-put policy. So it has a huge, I think, me and Warik sir discuss this for n number of times. So if panels are used, not only your supporting structure, insulation value, fire performance, everything will get. There are unlimited height products tested. We have FM guys sitting in here. Vidur is here, Yasser is here. There is science behind all these things, and as Indian industry, we are not following that. So if we all together as industry, which Amit and we are going to sit during lunch hour to formulate one association for sandwich panel manufacturers, an ecosystem, we need to basically educate people, number one. So that answers your first question. Please follow Greenfield Tower, you'll get all the answers. Second thing, I think very rightly pointed out and given solution, integrated approach. Right now, I am doing my own house, second floor, like he said, the first floor renovation took 7 months. In interiors, it is pain to get labors. Believe me, work of 2 months I have done for 7 months, and now the top floor I am doing in 1 month. I got sort of ready-made. I was just showing Mr. Srinivas, open web structure and FM approved sandwich panels for roof and rockwool panels for wall. Believe me, I calculated entire per square foot cost. I am 28% lower than the conventional practice, number one. And time-wise, like he said, maybe maximum 3 days. 1 day to install because it's very small, and 2 days to finish. We as industry together need to create awareness. Recently for my engineering college, I used entire PEB and all external and internal walls with sandwich panels. It's possible. But like Mr. Srinivas taught me each and every time, devil is in detailing, and like sir pointed out, we are failing miserably on installations and application practices. We need to take care of that. Thank you.
Now, what we are doing at the Indian Steel Construction Association, where I am the co-chair, we are sitting with the steel ministry. We are trying to come out with these policies where this integration will be on one side and where we will have a separate code, separate code made for steel buildings, and particularly the prefab or PEB kind of buildings, where the sandwich panel will be integrated. It will be a kind of integration of both. It will come. I think it will take about a year or so, but it will happen. Okay.
Prashant ji, good morning. Here, I'm Anup Dave from Metechno Asia. I had Metechno Asia. Interestingly enough, the point which was made that he is using for his first floor or second floor, I want to tell you that in 2007, we used it in our villa at Raipur, where we made a complete room using sandwich panels, and in our whole family, that is the room which is used most. So that speaks of volumes about the sandwich panel. My question is, you talked about the honeycomb panel. I'll be very curious to know if in India, anywhere, aluminum honeycomb panels have been used, because we have used it in Thailand and Vietnam for battery storage applications. But I have not heard of anything in India because they're very costly comparatively.
Yeah, true. I think there are going to be sessions on the product side, so they will cover up this. But the answer is honeycomb panels are available now in India. Yeah.
The material for honeycomb aluminum is not, it is still imported, but for
Yes.
the other type of honeycomb, it is available.
Yeah, right. I think he will take the cue and start manufacturing. You are going to do some presentation on that. Yeah, any other question? It was quite interesting to have these questions.
Mr. Nitin Gadkari to come today and address this gathering. I think Ajay and I tried our level best, but being cabinet and then Bihar elections, and then day 4 yesterday, what happened at Lal Killa, he was also supposed to give us the message. See, good thing about our entire industry, he told us 80% of prefabricated assemblies of all sort will be promoted in all infrastructure projects. And that's why he was very serious about coming to this, because he had made it happen in precast for the bridges, for the PWD buildings or government association organizations. It is mandatory. So again, it's a great chance for all of us to promote prefabricated. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We are concluding with the Q&A. Thank you very
you.
much.